the number 2 on most of these lists is literally
But right behind you.
right behind me in VHS, Wrath of Khan.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't
Already own and watch, and yeah.
I own it on a media that I can't even watch anymore.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Pointless Discourse with myself, Hoppocalypse, and Itisdpayne.
There's a train that only people can hear now.
But is it in space?
Oh, that would have been cool. Space train.
Yeah. It's been a little bit since we recorded because I've been a little busy and I don't know. I've been terrible at maintaining my calendar.
It's been a team effort of being busy.
That's okay. But yeah, so we are continuing our series of watching through our wheel of movies. I feel like this one was my biggest challenge so far, finding a movie.
Same here.
Okay. I had ideas of different movies to watch for this week's topic of a space opera, but I couldn't find them anywhere. I couldn't find out how to watch most of them.
Yeah.
One of the possibilities, Strider said he was going to watch this with me, but then timing and things got messed up. But if I could find a place to rent Flash Gordon, he was willing to watch that with me.
I almost watched Flash Gordon. Like that was one of them.
And then I ended up finding one where I could stream it through an account that I share with someone. Don't tell the mother app. And I honestly don't remember which app it was. And I would say it's not my usual movie. And you and I, before we started recording, were talking about, like, sometimes it's hard watching older media because you go, man, am I woke? Or was it just a bad time for writing at the time? So
why not both?
Why not both? So Strider, I remember I finished the movie and he said, what do you think of it? And I was like, I don't know, because there's so many cool things, but I think the themes are so bad. We'll get into it, but did you have a big shock when you watched your movie?
No. Let's see, when did my movie come out? Where's my mouse cursor?
Mine came out in 1968.
Okay, mine came out in 1984.
Hey, that's the name of a book.
Oh yeah. And so yeah, the tough thing was, like, there was so, like, on all the lists that we, like, I know, like, there was a couple lists.
Yeah.
I think there was a few that were in our group chat, and then I don't know why I called it a group chat because it's just the two of us. We're a group. We're cool.
Me, you, and the significant others that have to listen to us yap about it. They don't know they're in the group chat though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny seeing how they relate when we all four of us hang out. It's just like, you're dating somebody who is has content brain. It's it's just like, the instant relay. It's funny, like, not that, because they both Strider and the significant or not the significant, the
not so frequent listener.
Yeah, the not so frequent listener. Like, kind of the same thing where they have the same energy where it's just like, I feel like they hear our ideas and they're just like, yeah, okay, that's cool.
Good
like,
for you, honey.
You gonna do it? And it's just like, shut up.
Hey, you had this great idea. Ah! Not now. The inner voices, they don't want the idea to happen.
Yeah, it's like, have you been working on it? He's like, no. Be gone.
I have 100 ideas. Which one are you referring to?
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
I think this is our most consistent thing, but I think it's one of those, you and I have made it such... Like, it feels like an excuse to hang out now instead of it feeling like content.
Yeah. It's... Like, it's one of those things where there's realistically two ways that this podcast will end at this moment. One, work schedule changes where it's like it just literally becomes impossible for us to meet. And the second possibility is me just being dumb and saying something and you'd be like, no.
I thought of a third possibility.
Oh, is it you saying something?
If we don't live in the same time zone, I can see that being difficult.
Yeah, that would be difficult. But I don't have plans on moving. Like, I'm kind of locked into the Eastern time zone due to yeah, I don't know, the frequent listener is such a mouthful to say. I'm like, is there an easier way to put this? But yeah, she is locked in the
To the region.
yes.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I own a house in the region, and with the
Yeah.
state of things, it's really difficult to. It's not difficult. Well, it's difficult both because it's just, 'tis the times.
Mm-hmm.
But it is funny that like we both watched things that are pretty significantly older, right? I feel like do they come out with modern space operas anymore?
I think they do. The problem is that this, before we went on our tangent, surprise, I seen the majority of them.
I have seen Serenity.
I saw Serenity, Wally.
Oh, that is, yeah. I had trouble discerning sci-fi from space opera.
So did I.
I saw a movie that I was interested in that technically had space battles, but I wasn't sure if that was enough to consider it a space opera. What I did watch, I'm like, this must be the definition of the genre, because I feel like there's no other movie. Like, what I did end up watching, I was like, I can see why Star Wars is considered a space opera, because it's got, like, a particular energy to it. Oh, yeah, you said you've watched a lot of the Star Trek movies?
Mm-hmm. I watched almost all the original ones.
Yeah. I love Fifth Element, and that's the first thing I thought of for space opera.
Yeah, if I didn't watch David Lynch's Dune, I totally would have, and I would have complained the whole time because it's, oh my goodness, it ain't great. Like,
you don't love a 30-year-old Paul Atreides?
It's. I'll just move on. Yeah. So, and then it's funny because the one list from Fiction Horizon, I'm like scrolling through and I'm like, I remember when some of these movies came out and I remember them not being great.
Yeah, one of the IMDb lists I saw was trash, bad, don't watch it. Like I think they saw the like term space opera and it was one of those film bro, maybe not a film bro specifically, but you know, sometimes people are like, I want to watch everything in this genre, and then they quickly realized there's not a lot to watch in this genre.
Yeah. Well, like one I remember hearing, not like people were like, this is boring, and I'm like, you know what? And it was like, I know we said the years that our movies were that we watched. Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets.
Oh, I remember that was recent. Yeah.
I remember when this came out, and I was like, I remember hearing all the reviews that it was boring, and I was like, I'm not really interested in it.
That one has a lot of celebrities in it, right?
I think so.
Like not even actors. Like I think like Rihanna was in that, or one of.
Oh yeah, she's on the poster. I can see her right there. And so I was like, I was like, you know what? Let me watch this. Couldn't find it anywhere.
That's how not exciting the movie was. You can't stream it anywhere.
Or it's like, I'm like, I'm not paying money for this.
Yeah.
I will say I did break that rule. I did rent the movie I watched, because all the other ones that I wanted to watch,
it's kind of hard, to find them.
Like the other one, this came out in 2015, which I wasn't really interested in watching. This was Jupiter Ascending.
Oh, I've also heard that was really boring.
Yeah. And then also, it's like right after that, number 28 on this list, it just cracked me up. Like, it's a movie called Outland from 1981. And I'm like, I have no interest in watching it. I don't know what it's called, but it's like on the movie poster, it just shows, a couple just spending quality time together.
Oh, good. Important.
And I'm like, I will say the tagline's funny. Even in space, the ultimate enemy is man.
You know what? I'm not going to disagree.
Yeah. And then there's just like scrolling down. I was like, and then there's ones I'm like, oh, I would watch Treasure Planet. And then I was like, I did watch Treasure Planet.
I haven't, and I thought about it. But when I was talking to Strider, he's like, is that really a space opera? And I was like, fine.
If it came down to it, with just how difficult it was to define space opera.
You would have
I've
been
been,
like, sure.
I've been like, yeah, like,
Space adventure seems to be the only thing that I can like find. Like
yeah,
when I tried to double check the definition, it was like really intense space battles and voyages and foreign planets and everything. And I was like, so it's not a thoughtful, like it's not like thoughtful is not the appropriate word, but like it's not a brainy sci-fi then.
yeah. It's more of the sense of adventure. Like, it is a good way of putting it. Like, another one that I thought was fun. I don't know how well it aged, was Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, there's that one, and then Spaceballs as well. The
Yeah,
two spoof movies.
Spaceballs is good. Avatar, I saw some people say. I'm like, I don't know about that because it's all on one planet.
And it's not really a story about the adventures. It's more a story about colonization, right? At least the first one was.
And then there was another movie. I wanted to watch this one, but I couldn't find it. Because I remember seeing and hearing good things about it. It's probably loose. Probably more on the adventure than the Odyssey for space, called Sunshine. And the sun is going out. And so this group of scientists go to do the most 2000s thing possible and shoot nukes into the sun to relight it.
Ah, yes. Turn it off and on again.
So, but like, I heard good things about that, and then it's just, yeah, Serenity, the Pratt group, Guardians of the Galaxy, Fifth Element. Like, there was just like a lot of them that were on here that I'm like, man, this sounds really, like, this sounds cool, but I've watched all of them. Like, the number 2 on most of these lists is literally
But right behind you.
right behind me in VHS, Wrath of Khan. If I didn't...
Already
Like,
own
yeah.
and watch and, yeah.
I own it on a media that I can't even watch anymore. All that being said...
Priceless.
Yeah. All that being said, I do think this is a fun genre, but I think space opera... It is hard to find a movie that encompasses this genre that's a standalone movie.
Yeah.
Well.
A lot of lists seem to prefer, like, long series. Like, Serenity makes it on the list, but it's really a standalone portion of Firefly. They mention, a lot of people mention, like, Battlestar Galactica, but, like, I've heard those standalone movies are hard, because Battlestar Galactica is a huge franchise, in the same way that Star Trek is a huge franchise. Things like that.
Yeah.
But we managed
yeah,
to find something, each of us, anyway.
I found one that was on multiple of the list we read, and so... And,
It counts.
yeah. But shall we roll some dice?
I am ready to roll some dice. And for anyone, if this is your first time stumbling upon us, Itisdpayne hosts a lot of RPG content as well online. I play some at home just when I get the chance. And we love rolling dice. And this is another excuse to roll dice. And to be silly, we've made things very difficult for us and wrote a big list of rules. But you won last time.
Yes.
Even though we got the rules wrong, but it's okay. What dice do you like?
That was a month ago.
What dice do you like while I try and think of a rule?
Well, no, doesn't the loser of this roll come up with the rule? So you could win.
Oh, but that... Don't you won last time though, so you still have to pick the dice.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Oh, which one?
I meant to say D20, but I have the D12 in my hand, so I think we're gonna roll the D12.
Okay.
I was like, let's give the D20 a little love. Like, we go so far around it, and I'm like, these sides feel
very
bigger.
Flat.
And then I look down and I see the 20 just staring at me, and I'm like, this is the D12.
All right, let me roll my D12 right now.
I am doing that as well. Wait, do I?
So our lowest number goes first.
Yes.
I lost twice in a row, so I get
So you
advantage.
get advantage. Yeah, so I'm like, okay. Okay.
That's where... Oh, wait, no, I don't subtract. I just pick the lower number.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you lose 4 times in a row, if anyone is as confused as we are, just scroll down to the bottom. There's all the rules in there. And right now, I won twice, so Hop gets to roll with advantage twice in a row to hopefully beat the number I rolled.
And if you catch us being wrong about our rules, let us know in a review or comment. Keep us honest, I guess.
Yeah.
So between the two rolls I had, my lowest number was 5.
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
So
So a new rule, eh?
a new rule enters. I've been playing Skyrim. A new hand touches the beacon.
I'm reading through what we already have.
Like, it doesn't have to be anything with the
That's
dice.
serious.
It could be like the winner has to I don't know, take a sip of their their drink. There's also this
There we
other
go.
series I've been. The winner
My
has to.
my new rules: the winner has to come up with a pun with their movie title.
Oh man! Oh, shoot.
It does not need to apply now. Next time.
Oh, it does. It is activated.
Well, you are going first, so
I know.
you have your timesheet for you to know.
It's right here. I just gotta write some times down in here. So this is episode 9.
Space opera.
Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. All right. So let's dive right into it. All right. So, as you already heard the preamble, we watched a bunch of movies, or we didn't watch a bunch of movies, but like we were trying to get to the movies, and oh man, there's a tough part thinking of a pun. And I made it to the last movie as I watched The Last Starfinder. I don't think that's a pun. I'm bad at puns. No one said it had to be good.
So the last Starfinder.
Yes, I watched The Last Starfinder. It was on multiple lists. Starfighter. Sorry, Fighter. I had to look up what the heck a pun is. I heard him before, but my brain was like, ooh, I probably should have looked that up earlier before I attempted. But yes, the Last Starfighter is a movie that came out in 1984. Yeah, so there was a couple different movies that I was thinking about watching. One was, Starship Troopers. I was thinking about watching that, but it was one of those things where I'm like, I was like, I don't want anything too serious. And
Starship Troopers, the movie? Oh,
yes.
That's the least serious space opera you probably could have picked, to be honest.
True. Well, it's like I didn't want anything
is
too serious.
serious.
Yeah, the book's really serious. It's like, I don't know. I'm just like, I think I just wanted to watch something that I had no
prior thoughts of.
No prior thoughts of. The only reason I know of this movie, and it's like I'm kind of like about, was it's in Ready Player One.
Oh, it's referenced in that?
It's referenced in
Okay.
yeah, it's the 80s, so I think it's one of the trials they have to do. I can't remember.
Okay.
Or they play a game in there. But anyway, The Last Starfighter is pretty much, it starts off with in the middle of nowhere trailer park. I'm trying to see if I can find if they say where it is. But it doesn't. But pretty much this teenager who looks like he's at least 28 years old.
They aged differently back then.
Yeah. It's all the smog.
And smoking.
Yep. The Alex Rogan, he lives in the trailer park with his younger brother and mom. And pretty much it's very unclear if like his mom is like a manager for this trailer park and like does outside work, or they just all kind of like help each other out. Cause he's like, oh hey, I'm gonna go with I I guess they're dating. My girlfriend, I'll just say girlfriend, uh, out for the day. We're gonna have fun, and they're like, Alex, you gotta go fix the electric for Granny's whatever, or this lady, so she can watch her soaps. And it's just like, why does he have to fix the electric? Like, that sounds like property manager stuff. So it's like, does his mom own, like, is the manager for this trailer park, and to make ends meet, she goes in to work and he has to do a lot of stuff. Anyway, he's like, oh man, I have to miss out on summer fun to work. Okay, and according to Wikipedia, it says he works there as a handyman. So I guess so. I don't know. If they said that, I missed it, but it seemed like, hey, you're not allowed to have days off. So his only bit of fun and joy that he finds in life is there is a arcade cabinet called Starfighter, and it's like you're just a gunner shooting very early polygon framed starships and doing all that as you kind of go through this course, and he's just playing at all that. And so finally he finishes work. He's kind of bummed out. This guy who runs the local diner there, he's just like, don't worry, man, you'll get your chance, it's all good. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. And he's like, you know what, let me play this game, it's my only joy in life. And so he's playing it, and he's so in the zone. His girlfriend comes back from the beach with all their friends, and like she goes over to be like, oh hey, why didn't you come? He's like, couldn't get away and all that stuff. And then it's just like, hey, they're all watching, and the guy's like, whoa, hold up, you're about to beat the high score.
Oh,
like,
classic.
And it's just like, oh my gosh, he's doing it, guys. He's really doing it. And the whole trailer park comes out to watch this teenager get the high score on
this cabinet.
On this cabinet. And they're all like, yeah, Alex, you can do it. And everyone's like, you're going places. You can do this, man. And he wins, and everyone's like, yeah. And he's like, I'm the hero of the trailer park because I got the high score on the arcade cabinet.
I feel like if you were there, you would bully him. That's the kind of laugh you're having right now.
I'm more laughing of the absurdity of the whole trailer park. Like, it's
cheering him
everybody.
on.
Like, there's grandparents. There's
people that would not care.
Yeah, there's like the only person that would probably care is his brother, which I got problems with his brother, his younger brother, who's like 8. I don't know. Well, who knows how old he actually is, but younger than teenager, I guess is a good way to put it. So anyway, he does all that, and he's like, man, this is cool. He's like, yeah, awesome. Finds out he's like doesn't get his scholarship, gets rejected, and he's like poop pants, and he's just like, oh man, he's feeling all bad. And then some dude comes up in this, I don't even know what kind of car it is, but it looks cool because I don't know, I never see it. So he's like
a sports car?
It's not a sports car, it's like a hatchback kind of. It's just a futuristic looking car. I'll see if I can find a picture when I'm done yammering about. I don't know. I just think it looks cool because like certain cars from the 80s, like I'm not a motorhead, but I'm like, that car looks cool.
They used to have more fun shapes.
Yeah. Now they're just boxes with curves. So just like how we have rectangles with cameras. So yeah, so anyway, he's doing all that, and this guy's like, hey, I'm looking for Alex Rogan. It's like, oh, hey, yeah, that's me. Did you beat that arcade game? Yeah, it's like, hey, come in here. And the whole time, he's just sitting in the front seat, like, not even, like, looking back at him. It's like, hey, come in here. And it's just like, and it's like, hey, I got an opportunity for you. Like, you want to take a chance? And he's just like, fine, okay. And there's just like this, he's like, yeah, this is my assistant, Beta. And they're like, nice to meet you. And they shake the hand, and it's just like sparks shoot out and fly. And he's
good.
He's like, what the heck? And the guy like gets out of the car, and like they just drive away, and it's The guy, like, eventually the car's driving, and all of a sudden he's like, "Dude, you can't go down here." And it's like they go past a police officer, and it says that the car's going 300 miles per hour.
Oh.
Yeah. Next thing you know is he goes out of like an unfinished bridge, and he's flying in space to go to the planet that was in the video game. It turns out the video game was a recruitment thing. Who would have heard of something like that?
It sounds very familiar.
But he goes there, and the whole thing was this program to find starfighters to help defend the like galaxy border thing.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Was this movie sold with a product? Because this kind of sounds like the way that like they advertise like Pokemon, Beyblade, and Gundam, where you're like, you can be the hero of your own story. Buy this piece of plastic to have from the movie.
I don't know if there was. I didn't do a lot of research. I was more like, I'm getting to the part that like there's a character in here that is, I think he's just great.
Okay.
It just cracks me up. And so he gets there. To answer your question, no, I don't know if it was to sell action figures and stuff. I think that was more of a 90s thing, but it's like I think what it really was is like, this is one of the earliest films to use computer generate CGI.
Okay.
So there's very like old CGI and all this stuff. You're like, oh, that's cute. And just with everything going on, and it's like at the moment it was like, oh my goodness, this, like, at the time it's like, this is like cutting edge and all this stuff. Yeah. And now you look at it, it's like, oh, this looks terrible, but it's like, it's adorable in the fact of is like just a time capsule of how great this, like how high tech this was. So he lands on this planet, and they tell him, look, you're going to be a starfighter. And he's like, what the heck is a starfighter? And they're like, what do you mean? This is like the greatest honor you could ever have. And it's pretty much just space Air Force. So, but it's like from all these different like alien races and all that stuff. And then you kind of learn that the guy who recruited Alex, like Earth was never supposed to be recruited because they're not actually part of the group. Like, they're like in protected space, but they're not part of like the alliance of planets because they're not technologically advanced, or they're not to the stage yet. And so like the whole thing, it's like, I feel like it's a little bit more of a realistic take on human taken off of Earth to be like, hey, go fight our battle. Because he's like, no, I don't want to do this. And like they take him home, and it's like the war follows him home because they were tracking him. Like they saw that it's like, oh, a starfinder left. We
can grab them.
Yeah, it's like no, we have to stop this because starfighters are like not like the equivalent of Jedi, but they're known as these like
really good at their job.
Yes, it's like the highest honor you can have. And it's like one can be like its own problem. So like, and so pretty much like events happen on Earth, and where he's like, nope, I gotta come back. So, and there's some pretty neat things like that we learn, and it's kind of funny, like of just how aliens are trying to figure out like, how do we don't have enough information on Earth culture, so it's just like we're trying to make things up as we go. So it's pretty fun that way. But there is, I'm seeing if I can find the character real quick. Of course I can't. I think
like
Greg.
Is the character you like, is it just a very obviously you character?
I guess so. His name is Greg.
Grig?
Grig. Let me see. I'll send you a picture of Alex and Greg together.
Oh my gosh, is it a mascot character? I hate mascot characters.
No.
Oh, so he kind of reminds me of the fish guy from Mass Effect 2.
Yeah,
Like
I can see that.
if you mix him and Garrus, because he's the
Yeah.
character you sent me is a little more scaly, a little bit more lizardy.
Yeah, and more brown than green. Yeah, and so you see this character, and when you first meet him, he's like, you're just by his appearance, you expect him to be more like tough and like kind of
Stoic.
yeah. The dude just makes jokes the whole time. He is just great, and it's like, and like the way he interacts with Alex, because he's like the only person on there that understands Alex is still a teenager.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's like, this is a great honor, but all this stuff, and there's like they're like in one of the thing, and like he kind of tricks them a little bit to get into the starfighter spaceship, I forget what it's called, and they're going around, and he's like, I feel like is like something I think is good, like good for that you don't see in some of these movies, because it's like I feel like in the 80s and 90s and even more now, it's like I got to become the tough guy, super fighter person, and with no things. And Alex, for the majority of the movie, is like, why am I even here? Like, what is going on? It's like he went back because he did that, and but like, even though he went back, he wasn't like all of a sudden like he's good at the job. Like he's good at it because it's like it's pretty much 1-for-1
For the game.
for the game. So like he has to like adjust a little bit, but he's like he struggles a little bit with like, I'm literally going to be murdering people. Like, is this something that I can do? And Greg, like, as he's kind of like makes joke, he's kind of like the uncle that like he jokes around, but it's like, no, it's like, I'm gonna be real with you.
He's got a life lesson. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not so much a life lesson. He's just like, he tells him like, look, I'll be honest, I was kind of being a little tricksy here. I was kind of hoping that if I got you into combat, it would have activated your starfighter training and reflex, and we would have seen something great. And he's like, I'm sorry. And then it's like they kind of have a little bit of heart to heart, where it's just like he's like, I forget how it comes up, but he's like, Greg talks about his life back on his home planet, and like the people that are trying to like break through the space border. He's like, yeah, that's like, we had all this, but yeah, unfortunately when I was off world, like these people took over, and it's like she's kind of like they're taken over and forced to do like whatever work and all that stuff. And he's like, oh, well, this could happen to my girlfriend, my brother, my family, and all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, unless we had a I keep saying starfighter. And he's like, Greg isn't saying it to be like, I'm not gonna force you to do it. It's like, I kind of tried, and I can see this was a mistake. And like from there, it's more like an older uncle counseling a little bit, but it's just like coming at it like it. From what I've seen, it's like, this isn't like a battle hardened guy that's just like, look at me go, oh my goodness, I'm skilled, and look at me. I didn't think they were gonna spend time on it, but it's like while watching the movie, I was like, is he gonna do something? Like, does he ever do anything? And he does, but it's like it was interesting, like the whole journey. Let's see, how much time do I have left? Okay, I got 3 minutes. That's enough time to complain about his stupid brother.
A whole 3 minutes, 10% of your time dedicated to his stinking brother.
Yeah, so his brother, I'm trying to see if it says how old he is. Like, the kid, maybe, if Alex is 18, 19,
okay,
his brother might be at most 14, No, maybe like 13, the oldest. I don't
Was
know.
he squeaky?
He wasn't really squeaky. He was just a brat.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. He felt like he was younger than, like, he looks like he should be like maybe around like 12, 13.
But the dialogue for him was very young.
Not, yeah. Well, it's like he went around like just still playing with like he was running around with like a spaceship, like stuff that you see like younger kids doing like in shows now, in movies, like running around a spaceship pretending to be a starfighter and like all that stuff, which that's not what I had a problem with. The issue I had with them was like, this kid is how like that young, and it's just constantly was like, there's a whole scene where he's like, oh yeah, look at this, as he's like flipping through Playboys. Just like, where the heck did you get them, dude? Like, and it's just like, yeah, there's all that, and then there's a constant thread of like him, like Alex is like so straight edge compared to his brother, because his brother's like looking at porn in the closet and like cursing up a storm. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's behind the trailer just smoking a blunt and getting drunk. Like, it's just like, what is the
What a
what is this
confusing
kid?
Character. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like the whole I'm like, what is the point of this kid? And it's just like, it had no like value or moving the story forward. It's just like, yep, we put this in here so he could get threatened that have mom find out that he has Playboys underneath his mattress. Which the stupid thing is, they have a bunk bed. He's on the top bunk.
So what's under? So they could have fallen off of the bed, like. So what? He hides them under the mattress.
Yeah.
So then they could just fall down and hit the older brother in the head.
Yeah.
But so the vibe that gives me is how do I say it? If you do bad things, you don't get to be a space hero, kids. You have to be straight-laced. You have to have a job, and only occasionally play video games, and then you get to be a space hero.
Well, he never really touched it. Every time he touched the game, he was just bad at it.
No, that's what
yeah.
I'm joking. Like,
Yeah.
it's that like weirdly like secret conservative messaging that you don't think about until like 20 years later. You're like, what's the point of this kid being so awful? Oh, because he doesn't get to be the hero.
Yeah. He doesn't really get a lot of screen time either. But
all of his screen time is look how bad he is. That kind of energy.
yeah. Oh, it's more just like, it's like, oh man, look at this brat. It's got the porn. He's got. I'm like, okay. It's like, I don't know if that was more common in the 1980s, but overall, like, my time's up. But it's just like, overall, the movie was fun.
You seem surprised by parts of it.
Yeah. Oh, it's just like, I wasn't expecting to like Greg that much. Like Greg. It's like, as I said, he's kind of like that. I can't think of a better term for it, is like that, but he, like, besides uncle, but he's, I guess he gives off uncle energy a little bit, but he's just like, when he shows up, he's just like, oh, what are you doing here, starfighter? You should be over there. And he's like, I don't even know what a starfighter is. Like, what? You don't know what a starfighter? Oh my goodness. And he's like, come with me. And they go over to the guy who brings them over, and he's like, did you not tell him what's going on here? Like, that's kind of the cadence of his voice too. He's just like, what are you doing here? Just, and then like he'll say something, he'll just pause like, and then just keep going working. I'm like, this guy's
Hello?
cool. Yeah, I'm like, this guy's cool.
That's funny.
So it's he felt like he belonged on Sesame Street, but it was fun. Like, there's a lot of neat things that I think that were in that movie that, like, when I was watching it, I didn't really think of it, but I'm like, you know what? That's stuff that we kind of expect today. Like, he gets brought to this other planet where the starfighters are, and for like a good 10 to 15 minutes, we don't understand anything that anyone's saying until he gets a translator pinned to him. Mm-hmm. So it's all like this other words and stuff that like all these things that we don't understand. Like, and like as he's learning what different people are saying and all that stuff, we're also kind of like, oh, okay, this word means come, this means good, stay, follow me, like all this stuff. It's all these like we're seeing, like we're learning along the way as as it's being done. Okay, so I found the car. Never mind, that's the Total Recall car. That's not what I wanted. Here's... Oops. Let's see. Open image in a new tab. Here's it from the movie. This is the back part of it.
Okay. Oh, that is chunky.
Yeah, it's like a minivan.
It's like a mini Vandalorian.
Yeah.
I like a trailer court.
Yeah, well, that's right.
But an official name of the trailer park.
Yeah. And then here's a... Let's see. So, like, when it goes into space, the wheels tuck inside of it, underneath the bottom.
Does it do that sideways thing where they, like, stick out a little? Or, like...
No,
they're fitted inside?
Here, I can... So, here's it in its CGI art flying.
That's really shiny.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
It's very... I see why they made the car the way they did, because it's really easy to do angles when you 3D model.
Yep.
Instead of making things look smooth and round.
Yeah, so I don't know what model, like what
they would have used back then. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Star Car. That's what it was called. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. The Star Car can be seen making an cameo appearance in Back to the Future Part 2. Oh, yeah, there it is. They showed the thing there. But yeah, it doesn't say what kind of, like, what car model it's based off of on Earth. It's just
space car.
Yeah, just future space car.
It's fun.
But yeah. So, but that's all I got. And now it's your turn.
It's me. Yours sounded like a much more wholesome thing to watch. Going through the list, I saw this movie on the list in a bunch of places, and it was like one of the few I could find like ready to stream when I wanted to watch it the other night. I went with 1968, Barbarella.
Okay.
So
I saw it on the list.
One of the reviews was all of the plot of high quality porn. And yeah, so you brought up the kid reading the magazines. I was like, perfect segue. So I think I mentioned in the beginning of us recording, the beginning of the episode, it's one of those movies that I was like, this was really entertaining, but I don't like any of the themes. So, like, if I had to just give you a quick example of a screenshot, the costume people and the set design people, they must have had a field day. Like, they went crazy, because I'll send you a screenshot. And that's all interactive. Like, that's a real set that she's pushing on the door for.
Okay, that's neat.
But, like, the hair, the costumes, they hired really attractive people. They had, like, really elaborate sets. And they had, like, a bunch of sets. There's a bunch of different scenes. But when it comes to, like, plot and themes, the plot, I said to Strider, is, like, it feels like Baby's first one-shot, like, as a DM. Because in that room that she's in that I sent you a screenshot of, and if anybody's watched Barbarella before, I sent him I forget the name of the room that they said it was, but basically in that room they make kind of like a similar joke to like the beginning of Futurama, where you know how he gets into the one thing he thinks is a phone booth and they say, pick which way you'd like to die, 1 through 3, excruciating or not, or like that.
Yeah.
She ends up in this room and they basically do the same thing. They're like, there are 3 doors in front of you. Choose your way to for your final destination. And she's like, well, I'm locked in the room. I'm just going to pick a door. And right in the scene where she's about to push on the door, she turns around and this counselor's like, I am here to bring you to the queen of the planet. And I was like, what? Why is he here? Like, what is this timing? So it feels like Baby's first, like, DM one-shot, because it's like she's about to do something and things happen to move her to the next destination to get her to the next set. But all of the sets are so cool. And there's some really weird things where, like, I thought it was ahead of its time in the beginning of the movie, despite the fact she's fully nude in the beginning. Like, there's a music video introduction for, like, the credit scene, and she's just naked floating in space. But they had this whole conversation with the president of Earth, as they call him. And basically he says, like, you're, like, one of my best space people. You know that we all run society on love and understanding and caring for each other. Well, there's a scientist that crashed on a planet, and he developed a weapon. And she's like, weapons? What year is this? We don't use weapons anymore. We don't have war. But 1968, this is, like, you know, a lot of post-war, like, you know, we're not into it anymore. But she's like, we don't do war anymore. We don't have hatred anymore. I was like, whoa, look at this. Look at the 70s, like, almost 70s, full of love and peace and everything. And then, but she's talking to the president completely topless, and she goes, should I put something on? He goes, no, this is important. Don't put on a shirt. I was like, oh. But I think my favorite part of this movie was the 70s vision of the future. I need to find a picture of her spaceship, because I told Strider it's covered in full shag, and she has, like, a conversation pit in the middle of it as her cockpit. Here you go. This is the interior of her spaceship.
It seems very warm.
Yeah, but for all that fur, there's a scene where she goes to sleep on plastic, and it's like a plastic sheet, and she goes, wake me up in 152 days when we arrive to the planet. And I was like, what? Why is she sleeping on plastic when she has all of this shag that looks so comfortable? But see, like, the costumes are gorgeous, even though her top is always exposed. There's lots of boob in this movie, but, like, it's cool costumes and it's cool set design, and it feels very, like, creative and everything like that as far as that comes to play. But there's not a lot happening to make me explain a true plot. Like, she's assigned to find this guy, and they go, he's like a guy in his 20s who's a brunette with brown eyes, and she literally goes, wow, thanks, I'm totally gonna be able to find him. And he's like, oh, here's this futuristic device, it'll start to beep when you get close to him, it's psychologically linked to him. And she's like, oh. And then he's like, by the way, here's a couple guns. She's like, guns? I don't want guns. And then they call it a tongue box, which sounds disgusting, but it's a translator, so kind of the same idea as your movie. But she starts to approach the planet, and then naturally it has, like, magnetic storm issues, so she starts to crash. But the funny thing to me is, on a lot of the big screens for the space stuff, they do kind of the one part from 2001 Space Odyssey where every time something weird is happening in space, it looks like a lava lamp on 2 times speed. So they're like, we're warping, and then there's just all of these bright colors and lines that make no sense as to, like, what's happening. And then she crashes on this planet, wakes up, and there's just, like, a bunch of twins, like The Shining, all in, like, identical outfits that start harassing her, and they, like, kidnap her and set up, like, robotic dolls to start attacking her. And then a man in furs kind of, like, comes and saves her, and she doesn't understand him, so she's like, hold on, I gotta get the translator. So they start talking, and he's like, I'm doing you a favor. And she's like, oh, how do I pay you back? And she starts to explain, this is where the porn part kind of comes up. She starts to explain that people on planet Earth no longer are physically intimate. They instead have, like, pills to, like, psychically, like, be intimate with each other. And the guy's like, no, just take your clothes off. And she's like, okay, if I have to. I was like, what happened? I thought this was gonna be woke. They don't show anything on screen, but that it's heavily implied as to what happened. And then from then on, she decides that I'll use my body to get what I want to help me through these space adventures. And I was like, no, you were so cool. But her costumes are so fun. I get it, I guess. Because every time she runs into, like, a guy, they tend to, like, ogle and oogle her. I was looking through the quotes, and one of the quotes from one of the men is, "Are you typical of Earth women?" She's like, "I'm about average." And the guy's like, "Awooga." But it's just funny that she's just, like, nonchalantly like, yeah. So, like I said, I don't love the theming of her, like, having to physically use her body, even though she's, like, proposed in the beginning of this as, like, being a superior space person that the president of Earth has to rely on this super, like, serious mission on. Whenever she runs into something difficult, it's heavily implied that she was physically intimate with the men to be able to get what she wants. And it's like, I guess that's feminism in a way, but also, like, she's also, like, good with a gun, so, like, did she really need to? And one of the guns she has, it goes, like, it's really tiny. And she goes, I don't really know how to use this, and shoots at, like, this guard in armor, literally explodes into a bajillion tiny pieces. And it's like, it would have been a lot faster if you just did that over and over again. Also, the thing that made me laugh a lot, so she's physically intimate with the first, like, grown adult she sees.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in exchange for him to fix her ship. She's like, how do you know how to fix my ship? He's like, oh, I have, like, this vessel that, like, works on the ice. Don't worry. It's got to be the same thing. Gets on her ship, and her ship's like, oh, no, I've been repaired in reverse. And she's like, what does that mean? It U-turns and plummets into the planet so hard she ends up underground. I was like, you slept with him for nothing? You fucked up your ship? So she finds other people to help fix her ship. She doesn't have to sleep with that guy because she promises to, like, take down, like, the evil person of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And in her adventures, she ends up with this angel guy. And
I've seen a lot of pictures of him as I was clicking through.
Yeah. So the angel guy is weird. The part that made me laugh is she's asleep and he's, like, touching all over her. And I was like, consent. But she, like, wakes up and she goes, you're an angel. I must be dead. I was like, honestly hilarious. But he's like, no, I'm, like, the last of my kind. I crashed on this planet, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, well, you have wings. Can you fly me places? And he goes, no, I don't know how to fly anymore. My muscles are degraded. She runs into an old guy and the old guy goes, oh, he just needs some confidence. So she gives him confidence through her body, and all of a sudden he's like, I'm flying. I was like, okay, bud. So then there's this, like, really weird scene. So you had a flying space car. Fun. I had to watch her get held up by the angel, awkwardly trying to mimic, like, flying, as they had literal gunships flying at them, and she goes, I have my pistol, don't worry, I'll guide us to safety, and blows up spaceships with her tiny gun. So again, she did not need these men. She was perfectly fine. And then she lands.
Like she was just bored.
She unlocked being physical with someone and was like, oh, this is fun for me. Because it is heavily implied. She even says, like, only poor people do it like this anymore. I was like, what? So they take her to the Capitol where, like, the big evil lady is, and where she gets breadcrumbs that the guy that she's looking for is kind of tied to this, like, the capital of this planet. Mm-hmm. And she gets there, and there's this whole, like, I don't know, it's so weird. Like, part of it looks like parties where everyone's, like, smoking in hookahs, and then there's other parts of it where it's like you're on the streets of the city and it's kind of like West Side Story where you're just getting cornered by groups of people and you don't know why, and, like, they're just being aggressive to you. And then ultimately she's, like, so attractive that the queen of the planet is like, hey, pretty. And she's like, don't call me pretty, I'm Barbarella. I was like, oh, you'll sleep with all the men, but you get hit on by a pretty lady and you get all defensive and icky. Okay. Like, just go with it, ma'am. But yeah, but through those circumstances, she does eventually end up finding the guy that she was looking for, who she was told was in his, like, 20s. And he's like, there's other scenes that are, like, bizarre, but he ends up trying to torture her, and she breaks his torture machine. And she's like, wait, my device is going off. Are you the guy I've been looking for? He's like, yes, it is me. And she goes, I was told you're in your 20s. He's like, hate ages you. And like, I'll have to show you a picture of the guy. Because the planet that she's on, also, I forgot to mention, is they say that it is fueled by like absolute hate. Like the core of it is filled with hate. The only things that survive in the city are full of hate, that kind of thing. So he's like, yeah, all of this hate kind of ages you pretty fast. And I was like, I thought that was a very funny line. It's a very funny observation. Oh, and let's see. There's a lot of cool posters, but I just want the picture of the guy that they were. He was like, yeah, I'm in my 20s, but actually, oh, this character. There, I sent it to you. Like, for him to say, like, yeah, hate ages you pretty badly. I'm like, yeah, if you're supposed to be, like, in your 20s, yeah, you look awful for your age. But ultimately, like, this guy has invented some kind of evil weapon. I can't necessarily remember all the details of it because it started to, like, kind of all, like, you know, mush together because a lot of things were happening while nothing was happening at the same time. And he tries to take over the planet because he's the most hateful of them all. And then her and the queen of the planet have to, like, escape via their own means and womanly wiles. But it really is a movie where I would give a 10 out of 10 to costume and set design. Like, it's so cool watching all of the things that they built for it. But, like, so low on theme, so low on plot. Like, I think the things that just I thought were the most charming was, like, the silly lines of dialogue. Like I told you, she sees an angel and goes, I must be dead. This, I'm in heaven now. There's another line. Like I said, he's like, hate ages you badly. There's another scene where, the other thing I was saying earlier, I think I forgot to get to. The other big negative I have for the movie, watching it in 2026, I think they stressed out a lot of animals because they used animals as like the attack scenes. Like, there's one scene where rabbits were bright blue, and I was like, I don't think there's a filter. I think they tried to dye rabbits blue, and I don't think you should do that. I think another scene, there was just an aardvark in a cage. And I was like, what? Or an anteater in a cage. There's a scene where they go, take her to the birds. And I was like, what does this mean? And they just have so many parakeets forced to fly over and over again. And it says... Go ahead.
I was just scrolling through the quotes to see if I can find anything, and that just makes sense as, in parentheses, as she's attacked by a flock of parakeets. This really... this is a much too poetic way to die.
Yeah, and, like, throughout all these scenes, they put fake bite marks on her. Like, they put red marker on her and, like, slowly rip her costume apart as she's laying there. But realistically, all that's happened is she just has a bunch of birds sitting on her, and they keep scaring the birds to fly across the camera to make it look scarier than it is. And I was like, those poor birds are probably so stressed out. Like, they're so tired that they're just sitting on her, and she's like, ow, ow, and they're just like, now what? They're just hanging out. But that quote is funny with her just laying there and the birds are not they didn't even cover her in bird seed to make the birds look like they're biting her. They're literally just perched on her and she's like, too poetic a way to die. Let's see. I'm looking at the other quotes.
There was one where I saw the one that was just cracking me up because it's just like, I don't know how any of these characters sound like. Like, part of me just kind of wants to watch it just from your description alone so I can also laugh at it. But there's
some of the line deliveries are really flat, which is like funnier than I think they intended it to be.
So there's the one that's like, an angel does not make love, an angel is love.
He does say it. Like, he's one of those characters that's like, he's supposed to be as flat as possible. And, like, they try to play up that he doesn't have his vision anymore, but it's clearly just so he can shine his, like, bright blue eyes directly into the camera. But your fun fact, the evil scientist, his name is Durand.
I did see that. I'm like, the band?
The trivia says the 80s band was inspired by the scientist from this movie.
Oh. They also have anime hair. I don't know. Some of these quotes are cracking me up. Like, while she's holding her ray pistol to the great tyrant's head. Decrucify the angel. What? Decrucify him or I'll melt your face.
Yes.
So it's like, and then like I saw the line you're saying, don't trouble yourself. Oh, it was the one you were saying, the great tyrant is the lady who's like, hello, pretty. Hello. Do you want to come and play with me? For someone like you, I charge nothing. You're very pretty. My name isn't pretty. It's Barbarella.
Yeah, whereas she lets herself get hit on by other people. But
Yeah.
it does look like in the trivia, there was supposed to be a scene between the two of them, but it was never in the final cut. But there are, like, stills showing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's very interesting that they filmed it and went, actually. But
It would get
yeah.
stuck in post. Would not be allowed if they showed women's.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just like clicking the first picture you sent me, and then it was like, I think I was just clicking through the other picture. Oh yeah, there's the second picture on here is the angel touching Barbarella that you're saying, like consent. And then there's like a million pictures of her, like her head just sticking out of random machinery. I'm like, okay. So.
Yeah. So like I said, like it does have a lot of like female nudity in it. So like I as soon as the beginning where all of her costumes were like fully covered but certain things were out, I was just like, it is the 60s/70s. They you know what I mean? I just had to put that in my mind. But otherwise I think like from a set design and costume design perspective, it's really fun. Like if you can just accept to not think about it too hard, I think it can be really enjoyable. And I honestly, if I was with a mature enough crowd, I wouldn't mind watching this with people to kind of poke fun at like the silly things happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's too immature of a crowd, they'd probably be like, oh, she looks so hot in that costume. It's like, yes, clearly every other character in the movie is commenting on her being hot. But can we talk about the fact that so there was a part that reminded me of Labyrinth, because there is a massive labyrinth in it. Okay. Except they had people be part of the walls of the labyrinth. And I was like, this is like the craziest New York Fashion Week. Like everyone in here is really attractive and they have such like in-depth costumes. Like what was the budget? Let me see if I can find Labyrinth Barbarella specifically. No, that's the over. Oh, here's a screenshot of her flying with the angel guy as she's shooting down gunner ships.
She doesn't look too happy. I can see the labyrinth floating in the background.
Yeah, like it does come up. I don't see any stills of it inside, and I don't know how much I'm willing to click through all of the screenshots. Yeah. But like there's almost like kind of like a crazy like walkthrough of it, and you just see all of these models that are part of the walls or like wandering the walls or have crystals growing out of them, and it's like, for what it's worth, it's really cool. Oh, also there's supposed to be like a whole like side plot about the revolution and like overthrowing the queen, which just happens to work in, like it's kind of in her favor anyway. So she doesn't feel very valiant because she's like, oh, I guess it works with my objective anyway, so I'm not gonna worry. Like, oh, it's a twofer, sure, why not?
Yeah, I was looking at I just typed in Barbarella Labyrinth on into just a search.
Image search.
This has to be an AI thing. Yep. Because I just saw Barbarella with 2025, and I'm like,
that doesn't math.
I'm like, yes. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not real.
Oh, here is when I said like I'm pretty sure these poor birds were stressed out. Like she's acting, and these birds are just like, what am I doing here?
They're not even next to her.
Yeah, they're not bothering her at all.
But Yep, but the timer did go off, so I don't know. Is there any other fun things?
Nothing else. So, oh, here, I'll send you one more screenshot of like some of the. This is the best I could find on. So that's like the guy sitting down is like part of the labyrinth. You see how like the makeup is so like. It's a lot for a side character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like there's like just a lot of set design and stuff that's really cool. Mm-hmm. It just sounds like that's where all the focus went into. It sounds
that,
like an
and
art
making
piece.
Jane, yeah, right. And that making Jane Fonda look attractive. Well, I guess everybody in this movie is pretty attractive, but.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Well, at first I was like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll watch this. And then I'm like, nah, I'm good. So, and watch. This is when we're going to get watch the other host movie.
Oh, a perfect time for me to bring up the spinner wheel.
The wheel.
Okay.
So while you're getting that set up, if this is your first time listening to the podcast and you're like, what are they talking about a wheel for? We made up a whole wheel that if you're watching the video component, it is showing up on the screen probably now or in 20 seconds or whenever.
I hit start recording and I'm hitting spin now.
Oh,
continue.
Okay. I will write down the time. And yeah, so we spin the wheel. We have a bunch of different topics on there, and it can be anything, such as...
This week's is adapted from a board game or tabletop RPG.
Okay.
I think I've watched the two most popular ones, Clue and Dungeons and Dragons.
I watched one of those.
So it'll be interesting what we can find.
Yeah. So, time to watch Battleship from 2012.
If I've only watched part of it, does it count as a rewatch? Because it was on while I was at a party.
How? Oh wow, I got the right year. 2012 was when that came out. I was just throwing around the thing. I don't know. It was at a party. How much were you actually paying attention to it? It's like I'll leave it up to you. It's like
I don't want to watch it, so we'll see what the list come up with.
Yeah, I'm typing in right now. Movies based off of board games, and just waiting for the Clue. Oh, there's an IMDb one. Clue is such a good one.
I've already watched Jumanji.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. I did that too, and I'm not watching the remake.
Yeah, I don't think I want to watch the remakes. Oh, there's really nothing.
There's a lot of Ouija.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Maybe I'll watch that one. There's a lot more Dungeons and Dragons movies than I thought there were. And there's also a lot of movies called Ouija, the Ouija ones.
Horror movies.
Which makes sense because it's like that was oh, that's interesting. They have one for Werewolves Within. Yeah. I still is it the Ouija? Yeah, Ouija board is owned by Milton Bradford or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. The same thing as Monopoly, I think. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I don't know if this is I'm just gonna send you this. I don't think it fits, but it's in the same vein.
That's beautiful.
I'm like, I don't know if I can I don't know if it fits, but I'm like, oh man, there's a second one too. The funny thing is, okay, so for people who are wondering, a Ouija shark is what came up on this IMDb list. A Ouija shark 1 and 2 are ranked higher than Clue on this IMDb list.
That is bizarre. Not what I anticipated.
Yeah. But we're going to stop here. Otherwise, we're going to... oh, do I really want to hurt myself again. Anyway, we're gonna end here before we just
Get
go
too
and
carried away.
So thank you everyone for listening, watching, and yeah, we'll be back next week with some more movies. So join us then. So until next time, bye.